What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a whatever comes out reading for the day is coming for, or whenever you watch the video, really. You know, this is a timeless reading. And we're just going to get straight into the video. Let's see what we have for the collective timeless reading whenever it finds them. Whenever it finds the collective. Okay, so let's see what we have going on here. Actually, let's do pals. I like pals better because they just make more sense to me. All right, so cut the cards, pals. The first card coming out is the Magician card. Exactly. That's what I was feeling. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to right now is extremely tapped into their power, extremely aware of their... I heard Spirit say, you know your angles. I heard Spirit say, you know your angles. You know how to alchemize the situation so that it can serve you better. So that it can work in your favor, right? But also there could be some action that you're going to be taking on. Some type of creativity. Possibly manifesting. I'm hearing manifesting on over a full moon. I'm definitely giving heavy emphasis on that. If you do moon magic, or you do like to harvest that power from the moon, the full moon, definitely a nice time to manifest whatever it is, script it, write it down, whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is that you're trying to get in your life. But I really feel like it's confidence. I feel like what you're searching for most of all right now is confidence. Like you're looking for the courage to speak up and say what it is that you want. Speak up and demand what it is that you deserve. I feel like you've been around a lot of people who have been trying to shame you and make you feel like who you are is not worth it. Who you are is too much. I'm hearing that. So you're coming into a season where you are being too much. Yeah, I am too much. I am all of these things, right? Because I think you know that with your personality, your spirit, and your way of being, you can't be mediocre. You can't be basic unless you're trying to appease somebody else. Unless you're trying to please someone else. Sorry, there's something like in my freaking eye. There could be something that is clouding your vision from making a decision. Being able to speak out. Maybe there's something that you used to be like. Maybe something you used to do. Maybe you used to be the black sheep of the family, possibly. And you're coming to a space now where you're like, yo, I made mistakes in my past, but I'm about to alchemize this situation to work in my favor. And I'm going to be able to manifest the things that, will take me higher. That's what I feel like the person that I'm reading for is saying. There's a lot of clarity going on right now. Exactly. With the next card coming out being the Six of Wands. Victory. I mean, all you have to do is have that confidence. I'm getting real heavy emphasis on confidence, okay? It's the confidence, the lack of confidence, which is the reason why you haven't really been able to execute that purpose in your life with, to perfection, right? Because only you can execute it to perfection. That's why the Most High God ordained you to be able to do this, because it was only for you to be able to do this, right? That's why I tell people it's very important to be who you are, to accept who you are, and to stop trying to kind of be what you see from other people, because other people are not even being themselves. They saw that from someone else, and so on and so on and so forth. So then you walk around and then you see a whole bunch of copies, right? You don't want to be a copy. You're original. You are original. Point blank, period, hard stop. You're original. There's nobody that you need to copy. There's nobody that you need to be like other than yourself, right? And you have the victory. I feel like recognition is really coming in for you. You're about to really be able to see the progress. There's good news on the way. I mean, 2026, the opening of 2026 definitely looks like a celebration. I'm hearing celebration. I'm hearing, wow, you've come so far. You've done so well. You took on the bad stuff. You went through the ritual humiliation, and you came out on the other end unscathed. I know it feels like you've been scathed because it's so fresh and new. But if you look at the reality, like, yo, like, you still smile. You still are able to tell yourself jokes. And even if it's just between you and yourself, like, you're able to still have that spark that life tries to kill and murder out of people, right? You still have that sense of childishness, right? I feel like the person that I'm speaking to is like extremely childish, actually, but in a good way. Like, you like to watch cartoons because it's nostalgic. You like cereal. I'm hearing cereal. You're exploring the healthier kinds now, though. I feel like the person I'm speaking to, I'm hearing purple. I don't know. Maybe there's like a purple cereal that you like. Yeah, I'm seeing the color purple. Maybe that's your favorite color. But yeah, or maybe you're wearing purple right now. I don't know. I'm seeing purple, but I definitely feel like your rewards are manifesting. You know, that self-confidence that you're looking for is a thought process away. Really, just not even that. I mean, it's because you know that the only way that you can really execute something is if you are trying, if you're working hard at it, if every day that you wake up, you're going towards fueling a future that looks delicious to you, right? Because at the end of the day, we always walking around. Yeah, if you're going to feed some shit to yourself, let it be some shit that makes sense. If you're going to feed some shit to somebody else, let it be something that makes sense. Let it be something that empowers a person. Let it be something that fuels a person to a better way of thinking so that we can all actively be in a better way of living, right? And the next card coming out is the Ace of Cups. I'm telling you, this fucking spread is absolutely delicious. I mean, you know, I feel like if you're looking for love, love is definitely on the way. If you have a lover already and you're looking to be able to spark that new type of spice and like freshness, I'm feeling like that's on the way as well. You could possibly be having a new baby on the way. Definitely proposals. I mean, the Ace of Cups is everything good in love, you know? The Ace of Cups is like the ace of love to me, you know? So even if you're not looking for love or relationships with somebody else, I really feel like the person that I'm talking to is somebody who's learning how to love themselves, learning how to come into a space where they know that they are worthy. They know that they too deserve to feel beautiful, to feel respected, to feel taken care of, to feel validated. Even if you're the only one validating yourself, sometimes you have to be so delusional out here to be able to stay sane. You know, it's about gauging the intricacies of what is balanced for you, right? Because everybody has their own different way of balancing things. You have to figure out what works for you and apply that so that you can be able to have the peace necessary to really, with the Magician card, manifest those those magical blessings into your life. I mean, I feel like they're already there. Like I said, you know, in the beginning of the video, you just need to have the confidence to know that. I feel like the only thing that you're missing right now is just the confidence to know that you are worthy. It is easy for you. It will be effortless. Don't write and script things into your reality that make you have to work harder than you want to. If you want to work hard, then sure, fine, do that. But if you genuinely don't want to work hard, don't script things like, oh, I'm going to work hard to do that. Like, no, say it's going to come effortlessly. Everything that I would ever need at the right moment, it flows into my life effortlessly. I don't have to work hard for anything but to be able to stay sane and keep my mind together. That's the only thing that I ever have to work hard on, because as I work hard on my mind and my manifested power, things flow to me effortlessly, right? So that's what you have to be saying to yourself. If you're going to say something to yourself, let it be something that doesn't, because it's easy to curse yourself, you know? And I'm starting to realize that, you know, through not paying attention, it's easy to, you know, script something into your reality that you don't want to happen, you know? And I can't stress that enough. I know I say, you know, this a lot, but I really feel like it's important for you to understand that you are the pen holder to your reality. And, you know, you have to make sure that whatever you're believing, whatever you're thinking, is not something that is going to eventually be something that's like takes you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's people out here who, I don't even want to talk about people, you feel me? But I just want you to know that there are people out here tremendously suffering off the account of their own hand. So it's very important for you to understand your power so that you don't become one of those people that's been afflicted by just simply not knowing, right? You definitely want to always be locked in and pay attention. This is not something to play around with. You know, life is not something to play around with. Like, yes, you can enjoy life and have fun, but realize that these are the times. Like, this is not time to be shaky or second guessing what you know to be true. Okay? It's very important to lock in exactly with this next card coming out, lack, doubt. There's some lack. I'm telling you, like, you need the confidence. In order for this card to be able to, in order for you to be able to alchemize this card, excuse me, you need to have that confidence necessary to be able to wield it. Like, you got to weave that shit into your reality. This is not something where you're like, you know, oh, I'm going to think this, I'm going to script this, and then I'm just going to leave it, and then I'm going to still have negative thoughts. I'm still going to have self-defeating beliefs. Like, you have to be able to lock in, not just while you're scripting, but every moment of your life, because you have to understand that there are active spirits, active entities out here that don't want you to have this level of freedom and power that you're about to stumble upon. Okay? You have to realize that, all right? So that you can be able to guard your victory, okay? With the Six of Wands right here. Guard your victory. Guard it so that you can be able to relax with the Ace of Cups, excuse me, and that love that you've always been looking for. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get rid of this lack. You got to, oop, damn, it flew on the floor. I feel like you got rid of it. I feel like you got rid of it the way it just flew off my, wow. But see, there's another card that says thoughts, isolation. So, or isolating. Now, this doesn't have to be negative, you know. If you look at the card, he's kind of in a deep thought, but he's looking up at the light, you know what I'm saying? He's looking up into the light. His eyes are in the light. You know, as long as you can see in the light, you know, as long as you can light up the darkness with your vision and your thought process and your perception, I feel like ultimately you'll always be okay, you know, because that's where you find the truth and the understanding in the light. So, yeah, exactly. Ooh! With the last card coming out being stability, harmony, and flow. Okay, that's what I feel. I feel like you're in a space now where you're realizing that the only thing that you lack is confidence. And you may not think that you lack confidence. But if you can allow somebody to move you out of your peace, there's something in you that makes you believe that they're worthy of even the attention of having a quarrel. You get me? So to really be locked in on peace, you need to be unshakable, unmovable, right? Because when you really know your worth and you really know who you are, it doesn't matter what other people think about you. It doesn't matter how other people feel, because you love yourself. You know that you're worthy. You know that even if everybody here couldn't stand you, that you could stand you. And if they can't stand you, maybe they need to just sit down, because nothing's going to change over here. And if it does change, it changes for the better. Right? That's what the person that I'm talking to, or that I'm reading, that I'm talking to and reading for, really needs to understand about themselves. And I'm actually going to pull a few more cards from two more decks, just so we can get some clarity, because I definitely feel like you need a word. You're like searching for the right word that's going to make you the confident that you need to be able to succeed. But you have to understand that succession is not only confidence. Succession is a deep sense of knowing. You know, that's why you can see people who don't have as much as you live in nice houses and have Benzes and stuff like that, because they believe that they deserve this. They believe that they deserve to have money. The very thought alone of believing that you deserve to have money will get you money. Okay? It's because, like, it's almost like money's like, oh yeah, this person believes that I deserve to be with them. Well, let me go over there and be with them. Like, You know what I'm saying? It's energy. Everything is energy. So whatever you believe that you deserve to have, you'll have. And that goes both negative and positive. So it's very important, like I said, to pay attention to your thought process and pay attention to what your spirit is trying to tell you. Exactly with this card coming out, freedom. You're looking for that freedom, and it's going to come with that confidence. But in order to have that freedom, you need to let go. Spirit just said they need to let go. You need to let go of self-defeating beliefs. You need to be letting it go so diligently that every time you think negatively about yourself, you just get up and do 25 squats. Every time you think something that doesn't sound like it's going to be the flooring you towards the future you would want, you say, no, actually, I bind that. I bind the theory of that. May that circumstance never find me. Okay? Yeah, you have to be able to speak it fiercely. Who are you scared of? If you come in the light, if you know for a fact that you come in the light of the Most High God, who are you scared of? Like, I come in the light of the Most High. Do you get that? Like the beginning, the first one, the actual God that doesn't need you to do anything. Right? But be true to yourself. That's it. If you just be true to yourself, that's all God needs. God doesn't need you to go up to the top of the mountain and kill your child. God doesn't need you to kill people. God doesn't need you to do any of that. If God wanted people dead, God could just do this and they would be. Right? So you have to ask yourself, if somebody's asking me, who is that? That's not God. Who is that? So you have to understand that there's a whole fucking war going on underneath your eyes, baby. It's right in your... You can't be scared of what's necessary to be able to conquer this shit. And then what's necessary to conquer this shit is a level of fierceness. You have to be so fierce in this shit. You have to be unshakable. Do you hear me? You have to only be shakeable if it's going to bring you some type of understanding. That's the only time suffering makes sense, is if something comes out of it. You learned something. Did you learn anything? Did you just suffer for no reason? Or did you learn something? Right? Because that's the goal. Right? And then the next... I cannot make this up, baby. The next card from this deck, the last card actually from this deck, being enlightenment. What did you learn? What did you learn? So, with this enlightenment card coming out, I really feel like there's something maybe possibly that some of you need to say to somebody. Whether it's like your job, your friends, your family, your children, your baby mama, your baby father. There's spirit, God. There's something that you need to say to somebody that is going to give you the confidence that you need. Maybe you need to sit down and have a conversation with God. I'm really seeing somebody sitting down and having a real conversation with God. Not how they tell you to have a conversation with God, right? Because you know that, if you're a Christian, if you know, you know. If Jesus came back here, Jesus will be flipping every table in every church. Most of them. Okay? So let's just keep it a buck. It's very important to not be swindled. Because if you can see anything in this reality, there has been a swindling. There has been a swindling. Do you hear me? There has been a swindling in this society. And I think the smartest thing to do is to not be swindled. The smartest thing to do is to ask questions. The smartest thing to do is to go a little deeper, dig a little deeper. Okay? Because with enlightenment and freedom, you need to be so locked in on what is it gonna take for you to feel as free as you possibly can, until everybody fucking actively wakes up and understand that we are under siege. Okay? We are under siege, baby. Quiet as it's kept, we are under siege. And it's not about trying to plant yourself in a society that's literally falling right around you. No. Life is not about planting yourself in society. Life is about planting yourself in here. In here. around here. That's what life is about. Because you can actively see that everybody out there is going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. They're going to fight. They're going to war. They're going to do all type of things that are just unfucking understanding. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So, and that's not to be negative about. I mean, it's true. You and all that should tell you is that so can you too. You can do whatever you want to do as well. So don't let what you want to do be something that defeats you. Okay? Keep them away from you. I heard that very loudly. Keep them away from you. You don't need clarity for that. Did you see the way they treated you? Keep them away from you, sweetheart. It doesn't even matter if they fucking sending you messages about how they realize how horrible they were to you and how they... Sweetheart, by the time these people realize how horrible they've been to you, you'll be 10 times better. So they still don't amount. They'll never amount. Stop giving people chances that you actively know will never fucking amount. Okay? So let's see. What's the last messages for my collective here that they need to hear? Okay? Let's see. We're going to get 2 cards. So the first card is... When I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. Okay, then you got a little, deer. Maybe deer heart is very important to you, very significant to you. But yeah, I definitely think maybe you need to start working out. Maybe you need to get out the house, work out. I know there's a lot of people snowed in right now, but possibly need to get out, go to the park, go somewhere in nature so that you can be able to benefit from the natural energy. Right? Because Mother Earth loves you. Mother Earth, Father Earth, whatever you believe in. The planet, the sentient energy of this planet loves you. And you see it every time you go outside. You can see the energy. You can see it. And the last card being, I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. And with that Ace of Cups card coming out in the beginning of the reading, I mean, it's a perfect way to end. It's like, if you want love, it's yours. If you're needing self-love and confidence, it's yours. Whatever you're needing right now in this moment is flowing to you right now in this moment, effortlessly. Okay? But yeah, this is going to be your reading. Until next time, thank you.